Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ariane. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some ways on how you can romanticize your spring for this year. I have a ton of great ideas, including crafts, outdoor events, as well as some ideas that you have probably never heard of before. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first craft that I have for you guys to do is to paint wooden hairbrushes. I think this is such a princess activity. It really reminds me of Rapunzel because, you know, hairbrushes and painting, so perfect. But yes, I think this is very easy to do. There are a ton of hairbrushes on Amazon, specifically wooden hairbrushes that you can buy, and you can just get some acrylic paint and then paint whatever designs you want on them. So my plan is to get 2 hairbrushes and I want to do 2 designs. I want to do like a daisy design as well as a little strawberry design. So let me know down below in the comments if you are planning on doing this activity. Okay, next one that I have for you guys, and one that I think is pretty unique, is to build a fairy garden. I have seen this done in a lot of ways online and on Pinterest. I think the way that I'm planning on doing it is by actually buying a birdhouse and then either painting it or like gluing sticks on the side to make it look like a fairy house and then placing it outside of my window with my flowers. I'm actually looking at my flowers right now because I'm in front of my window and I have a couple of plants that I want to just like in the empty spaces put a little fairy house, and then I want to do like a little stone path. So yes, but I'm super excited for this activity. I love Tinkerbell and Disney fairies. I have always loved that, and growing up I used to watch the movies like all the time. So I think this is super fun and it's a little way to bring a little bit of extra magic into your spring. All right, another activity that I have for you guys is to take a sewing class. I think sewing is a great activity in terms of it being very spring themed, as well as it really opens up a ton of doors in terms of crafting and all the things that you can make. So I do think I'll plan on taking a sewing class, but it probably won't actually be this spring. I think I need to do it during the summer when I am taking less college classes. I am currently majoring in fashion and surprisingly it's got a heavy workload. But yeah, take a sewing class if it's something that you've always had on your bucket list. I know it's definitely been on mine, so very excited to do that soon. Okay, next activity that I have for you is to make a flower crown. I can't wait to do this. I have done it before, but I've only done it with like fake flowers and craft supplies from Hobby Lobby. But I think it is a very like grounding activity and it really helps you feel present in the spring season. So I can't wait to do this. But I think my plan is just to buy some flowers from the grocery store because I don't really have any flowers nearby that I can just go pick. But yes, that is my plan. And I think it is so fun. It's very enchanting. So go make yourself a pretty flower crown. Okay, another activity that I have for you that's been on my bucket list forever is to scrapbook. I think this is a lost art and I have always grown up watching my mom scrapbook. She used to just like take a binder, take some fabric and some like cotton and hot glue and just made like the cutest covers, and she would make scrapbooks of photos of me and my sister when we were little, and we have those memories forever. And I realized that's something I want to get back into, and what better time than the first season of the year. So my plan is to kind of do it seasonally. So I'm thinking of doing 4 scrapbooks per year and having a spring, summer, fall, and winter scrapbook. And if you have always wanted to find another way to document life besides like taking pictures on your phone, I think scrapbooking is super fun and it's great for posterity. And speaking of scrapbooking, another great way to document life besides just taking pictures and having on your camera roll is to either vlog or blog. I have absolutely loved vlogging since I started about a year ago. It is just so fun to be able to look back on memories and videos that I made of things and just kind of relive those happy moments. And vlogging is another thing that I want to get into. It's kind of the same thing, but you know, you're just writing things instead. And I think it is such a classic and feminine activity to do. So I might be overwhelming myself a bit with scrapbooking, vlogging, and blogging, but for you, if you have always wanted to do one of these things, this is your sign. It is super fun and it's a great way to express yourself beyond just like the usual things you do, like posting on social media. So yeah, start a scrapbook, start a vlog, or start a blog. And another spring activity that I have for you to do, or rather a spring baking activity, is to bake a spring treat. Of course, I want this to be something that you do that's like outside of your comfort zone. Like if you want to bake cookies or bake something that you're familiar with, totally cool. But take this as an opportunity to bake something like super cool for spring, like lemon lavender bars, something super unique. And I didn't write this activity down, but I think it'd be super fun if you hosted like a spring dinner with friends. And that way you can show off your really cool, unique, and new baking skills that you've acquired. So yeah, bake a spring treat, find something fun on Pinterest or a fun recipe online. All right, second to last activity that I have for you to do is to make a charm necklace. I was definitely inspired by this picture right here on Pinterest. It is so cute. When I saw it, I was like, I need this right now. That is darling. So what she's done is she's taken like a mini tea set and she's actually turned that into charms and made that into a necklace. And I've seen a lot of mini tea sets like at craft stores or at Hobby Lobby. So my plan is to go buy one and to make my own necklace out of it. But of course you can use any charms that you want. But I think it'd be super fun if you did like specifically a spring themed charm necklace. And it's a great activity to do with friends. So if you end up hosting that spring dinner, maybe your activity is to do charm necklaces with that. All right, and the last crafting activity that I have for you to do, and one that is such a classic, is to paint Easter eggs. Not just dye them, but to specifically paint them. I have seen so many cute photos online of people doing this, and I've loved doing this myself. I will usually do a mix of like watercolor and acrylic paint to kind of get that same like dyed look, but as well as, you know, using acrylic for those little details. And I love this because it really helps me to connect back to childhood, but in more of a, I guess, elevated way, because it's not just dyeing eggs, you're actually expressing yourself creatively through painting, and it makes for a great Easter decoration. All right, let's jump into our outdoor events and activities. So first one that I have, and the one that is such a classic, is to plant a flower. Oh, this reminds me, I wanted to show you. I got this beautiful tulip plant from my friend April. I think it is so pretty. I need to water it a bit more because I think the tips are going a little brown. So that's on me. I gotta water it more. But yeah, I'm hoping maybe I'll plant it outside or keep it as an indoor plant. And if you don't have a garden outside that you can plant a flower in, it's great to just have a potted plant. But there's also a lot of places where you can volunteer to help plant flowers. But it's really awesome to just get your hands in the mud and dirt and just be one with the earth, planting something. So I have also seen, I think this is a trend on TikTok, where people will take a bunch of like wildflower seeds, they'll mix it up in a jar, and then they call it chaos gardening is what it's called. They'll like just sprinkle it everywhere and then they just see what grows by summertime. So that's another fun idea that you can do. Okay, next activity, and this I actually just did yesterday, was to attend a baby animal days event. So I live in Utah, so I drove up to Wellsville because they do a baby animal days event, and oh my goodness, it was just so fun. They had so many babies. My favorite part was the baby sheep. They were so cute. My entire camera roll is baby sheep now, I'm telling you. But they were so soft and fluffy, and they're just so sweet, and it really brings the spring spirit, honestly, because, you know, spring is all about new life and growth, and being able to see those baby lambs and baby chickens and baby bunnies was just so exciting for me. But I also heard, if you happen to live in Utah, I do know that Cross E Ranch does a baby animal days event, and my mom was showing me a video just barely where there was actually a mama goat giving birth and people watched it when they were there at the event. So yeah, baby animals, it is so fun. So I think I might try to schedule another event and like go to there and see which one I like more, Wellsville or Crossy Ranch. But yeah, find a baby animal days event near you and definitely attend it. And then another event that I absolutely love to go to, and one that I never miss, is to attend the Tulip Festival. So Utah has a Tulip Festival at Thanksgiving Point in Lehigh. So if you live in Utah and you haven't been to that, I highly recommend it. It is so beautiful, and I have too many amazing things to say about it. The air smells amazing. The flowers are amazing. You just feel like you are in heaven. It is just so amazing. I'm going to say that so many times, but it really is so true. I love going to the Tulip Festival, or really any flower festival or flower event. So find one near you and go to it. I can't think of a more perfect spring activity than that. All right, the fourth activity that I have for you to do is to attend a tea party. I actually just barely did this with my sister, and I made a YouTube video about it, so go watch it if you haven't. But we drove up to Salt Lake City and we went to the Grand America Hotel, and they had a tea event, like a princess tea event. It was so wonderful, and my sister said it reminded her a lot of Europe, and I felt like I was in Europe even though I've never been. It was so beautiful and breathtaking, and I love it because it's a great way to really slow down and spend some time for yourself to relax, as well as to socialize with others if you want to go with a friend. But if you don't have a tea house near you or a place that does tea events, you can just get your own tea set and host your own party, and it's such a fun spring thing to do. I love doing it. I love all things tea, as you already know. So yeah, host a tea party or attend a tea event. All right, this activity I have recently gotten into and I love so much, and that is to play pickleball. It is super easy to do, and it's kind of a mix of like ping pong and tennis, I would say. And okay, don't judge me, but as a fashion major, I love the pickleball outfits that I've seen online. It is such a cute sport, and it's easy, and it's a great thing to play with friends. So go get yourself a cute pickleball outfit. I've seen like actual pickleball necklaces, and I'm like, okay, have to get one of those. And they have the cutest paddles and sets. But apart from how cute of a sport it really is so fun, and it's a great way to stay active. And I like to do it during spring just because playing it in the summer, it can get a little hot. So being able to play it in the spring is super fun. But yeah, go play it. Go get some friends. It's super fun. Okay, this activity I think is so perfect for spring, and that is to visit a park and feed the ducks, or visit a park and go bird watching. I love this because during the winter, I really miss the birds and being able to hear them every morning. It's just so quiet and cold. And so during spring, they all come back, they build their nests, they have their cute little babies, and I love being able to hear their beautiful songs. So being able to go to a park and actually interact with ducks or go bird watching is super fun. But if you do decide to go to the park and feed ducks, please only feed them safe foods, not human foods. So foods that are good for ducks are like oats and peas and things that are more natural, not breads or anything like chips and stuff. But yeah, I love that activity. And it reminds me of when I was a kid, because I used to go to the park all the time and feed the ducks with my mom and sister. Okay, second to last activity that I have for you to do is to do outdoor yoga or meditation. It's spring, you can go outside again and not freeze to death, so please take advantage of the opportunity and do some yoga outside or do some meditation. I have been loving studying grounding, and if you don't know what that is just getting outside and being able to actually have your body be in contact with the earth, and it is so healthy for you. I think something with the electromagnetic forces of the earth can like help heal your body. I wish I knew the correct terminology for that, but yes, go outside and do that. If you have a backyard, do it in your backyard or go to a park or a field. So good for you to just be able to like take a break from your phone, take a break from the noise of the world, and just sit in stillness and be able to breathe in the fresh air and get all those good vibes and that sunshine. So I love that activity. And the very last activity that I have for you to do, and one that you probably forgot after being cooped up inside because of winter for the past 4 months, is to go on a bike ride. I love going on a bike ride. I think I like it more than running because I'm able to still get like that cardio in, but not destroy my legs. I don't know why, but running always kills my legs, but biking works for me. And it's so scenic. And as I've driven through my neighborhood, I've loved watching all of the trees blossom with all the flowers and seeing all the daffodils in my neighbors' yards. So I think it would just be that much more fun to actually go on a bike ride and see all of that. And it's a great way to get some exercise and sunshine as well. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment down below of what spring activities you are hoping to do this season. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it with a friend or family member. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have the most wonderful spring. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!